So you're thinking about listing your house, you want to sell your house, you need to sell your house, you have questions about the process of selling your house. Hey, it's Damon Gettier, Damon Gettier and Associates, Realtors-Brokered by EXP. And today I'm going to take some time to explain to you the process of selling a house. Because a lot of people want to know, what is the process of selling the house? What do I need to do? What all does it entail? Well, first and foremost, if you're within our geographic footprint, which is probably about 120 miles of Roanoke, we cover New River Valley Association of Realtors, Lexington, Roanoke, Lynchburg, Martinsville, all places in between. So if you're in that footprint, I think you probably ought to call us. We do sell more houses. We sell houses faster, and we have for more than 10 years now. I've been selling houses for 21 years, sold more than 3,000 houses, and it's what we like to do. We sell houses. So the first step I would take if you're thinking about selling your house would be to reach out to the realtor, reach out to us. We have some outstanding listing agents. They've sold literally hundreds, some of them over 1,000 homes. Reach out to us and let's have a conversation. And we'll run the numbers for you. What we'll do is we'll do a CMA, which is a comparative market analysis. Some people call it a competitive market analysis, but comparative market analysis of your house and find out about what your house should bring in this market. Now that will fluctuate, that will change. It changes with interest rates, changes with time of year, it changes with buyer attention. For the most part, we'll be in the ballpark. Then what we want to do is, unless you're netting enough to pay for your next house cash, we want to make sure that you qualify still. And some people know automatically will, some people might be hesitant, some people might not know, but we want to make sure that we don't sell your house and then you don't have a house to live in. So we want to get you qualified for your next house. And it's not that we're more concerned with selling you the next house, we're more concerned with making sure that you don't end up homeless. It has happened in the past, and so we try to make sure it doesn't happen ever again in the future. That we sell your house, you're qualified for your next house. Sometimes you can afford everything. It has nothing to do with you being able to afford it. It has to do with you being able to prove to the bank that you can afford it. You know, self-employed people, they write off a lot to avoid taxes, and sometimes it really, really hurts them on purchasing their new home. And so we just want to make sure that you can buy that new house. The second step would be, once you figure out everything, figure out the timeline. You want to know the timeline. You know, I will tell you, in this market, you're better off putting your house on the market, getting it under contract, and then finding a house. It is a lot more difficult in this market to find the house you want, put it under contract, and then sell your house. And the reason that is because there's a shortage of inventory. And so he who has the ability to buy today will win that contest. And so we tell people, in this market, your best course of action is going to be to put your house on the market, put it under contract, and we have ways of protecting you. So what we typically do is, when we sell your house, it's put under contract and it's subject to you finding suitable housing, which means you're not going to be homeless. You don't have to sell it and close if you don't find a house, and it gives you time to find a house that you want to live in. And then we correspond the dates and everything, and then we move and everything's fine. So first step, reach out to us. Second step, let's make sure you can buy. Third step, figure out the timeline, okay? And for us, we really need to know what your motivation is, what your need is, okay? Once we know that, we can establish those things. Then the next step is going to be, get your house ready to sell, okay? And so that's declutter. When I mean declutter, I mean declutter. A lot of people will go rent a storage unit, or they'll rent a pod, put everything in the pod they don't need. Some people have storage trailers, sometimes you have garages. I would tell you, if you're not going to use it in the immediate future, box it up and get it out of there. So let's just say you have a 1,500 square foot ranch and you've outgrown it. You've got 2 or 3 kids, you've outgrown the house. If every room's cluttered, if every closet's jam-packed, anybody that moves into it's going to feel like it's too small for them from day one. And you don't want it to feel like that. You want it to feel open and spacious. You don't want it to be bland and boring and empty, but you want it to be very spacious and very open. You don't want stuff shoved places. You don't stuff crammed into every closet, under the beds, into the corners. You want it to feel open and airy. Best way to do that is pack stuff up you're not going to use and get it out of the house. Some people put it in storage trailers, some people put it in garages, some people put it in storage units, some people put it in pods. Whatever you have to do, get it out of the way. Once it is in that condition, we want to then go one step further. And so when we schedule photography, we want it to be almost bland. And what I mean by almost bland is, you want everything off the counters in the kitchen. You want everything off the counters in the bathroom. You want everything out of the shower. People focus on the negative. Okay, and if you're looking at a kitchen, like my kitchen right now, Allie, my wife, she'd be very frustrated if you looked at my kitchen right now because there's stuff on the counters. If you walked in the house, you wouldn't be stressed. If you saw a picture of it, you'd be stressed. Much like everyone, if you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you're like, I look pretty good. I'm good. I can go to work. But if I were to take a picture of you in the morning and show it to you, like, oh my God, delete that picture. It's because when you're stagnant, when you're not moving, as in a photo, as in a real estate photo, you have time to sit there and look at all the negative. Where when it's moving and you're in real life, you don't notice the negative. And so when we do the photos, we want it to be very vanilla. We want the counters 100% clean. We want nothing on top of the fridge, nothing on the front of the fridge. We want nothing in the bathrooms. The towels need to match. The towels need to be folded the right way. The shower curtain needs to be open so you can see the bath. Unless you have a bath that's just so bad you won't be able to see it, then close it. The toilet seats need to be down. The toilet seats need to fit. Toilet brushes need to be hidden. All those types of things are things you want to do for picture ready. After the picture's done, you can go back to living your life. You can have stuff on the counter. You can have stuff in your bathroom. Because when somebody comes through and views the house, they're not going to sit there and pick it apart. It's the pictures where it makes the difference. The other thing I would say, if you have a front door that you can paint your front door, paint your threshold. When someone's standing there ready to walk into your house and they look down, they're waiting, the realtor's got the key, they look down and your threshold, the nice gray paint or white paint that was there is down into the wood, they automatically have a thought that the house is unkempt, okay? When you have a front door that's dirty, they have a feeling that the house is unkempt. When the railing on the front porch is rattling or it's loose, they have a thought right off the bat, all right, if this is wrong and I'm on the front door or at the front door, what's gonna happen when I get in the house? Fresh mulch does more to benefit a house than virtually anything on the outside. Trim the bushes, get rid of the ungainly bushes that don't look good. Put mulch down, trim along the sidewalks, don't have grass growing over it. If you have trip hazards in the front yard, get rid of them. Pressure wash the driveway, seal the driveway so it's black. It just looks better. If you have concrete, pressure wash it, but have somebody good like Andrew Goodpasture do the pressure washing, because if you have somebody bad do it, then it looks bad, then it's not going to work too good for you. Clean out the backyard. Nobody wants a bunch of garbage in the backyard, and everybody's scared you're going to leave all the garbage in the backyard. If you have a storage shed, straighten the storage shed up. These are all simple things. They do take time. They're simple things that you can do, though, to maximize the value of your house. These are really important. We'll probably do another video on this so this one's probably gone a little bit long. We'll probably do another video on this just to explain any more. But think about, if I were buying a house, what would I want to see? What would I not want to see? I will tell you, a fresh coat of neutral paint does wonders. When I say neutral, I did not say white. Taupes, grays with white trim all look good. A lily white house with white ceiling and white walls and white trims bores me to death. Okay, and it doesn't pop and it doesn't stand out. A little bit of contrast does help. Worn out hardwood floors, if someone's got to refinish them, they're going to figure that cost into refinishing them into when they make an offer on your house. Just things like this, just think about, and we'll do another video update later. Thank y'all.